House Bill 1483. Clerk will read.
An act relating to supporting the servicing and right to Right to Repair Act.
With the consent of the House, the bill will be substituted as recommended by the Technology, Economic Development, and Veterans Committee. Hearing no objection, so ordered. Amendment 43 is withdrawn. Hearing no objection, so ordered. Amendment 41, clerk will read.
Strike everything after the enacting clause and insert the following.
Last line.
Correct the title.
The good member from the 33rd, Representative Gregerson, to move your amendment.
Thank you, Speaker. I move Amendment 41. Striker 41.
It's been moved and seconded that Amendment 41 be adopted. There's an amendment to Amendment 41. Amendment 96, clerk will read.
On page 5, line 31 of the striking amendment, after
last line.
Sub 3.
The good member from the 8th, Representative Barnard, to move the amendment.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd like to move Barnard 96.
It's been moved and seconded that Amendment 96 be adopted. Remarks?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Just so grateful for our representative from the 33rd for the good work that she has done on this, and this amendment simply allows a change that establishes the requirements relating to the parts pairing. So excited to see this move and ask for your support. Thank you.
Further remarks? The good member from the 32nd, Representative Ryu.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I agree this is a good amendment. It is highly negotiated, and it is a narrow-ish kind of an exemption for the parts pairing of a particular assembly. And so please vote aye.
Are there further remarks? The good member from the 40th, Representative Remmel.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Please excuse Representatives Macri and Taylor.
Members are excused. Are there further remarks? Hearing none, the question before the body is adoption of Amendment 96. All of those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. The amendment is adopted. The question before the House is adoption of Amendment Now we'll proceed to consideration of Amendment 41 as amended. Remarks? Representative Gregerson.
Okay, thank you, Speaker Simmons. The striker here we're talking about is really another accumulation of very highly negotiated requests, both by colleagues and interested parties, manufacturers, to make sure that this legislation could be implemented. It is one of the most progressive legislations that are being contemplated in this country right now, and hope that you'll adopt this. Please say yes.
Are there further remarks? The good member from the 8th District, Representative Barnard.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Again, I would like to thank my esteemed colleague from the 33rd on all of her great work negotiating and working through all of our concerns and all of our amendments. And I am so grateful for the good work that's been done in good faith. So this bill, it's American. We're in America. We should be able to fix our stuff. And this is really important. So, my mom always taught me that waste not, want not. We need to repair and reuse and try to utilize what we have in our possession to the best we can before we replace it. So one of the things that I appreciate so much about this bill is that it addresses the affordability crisis. Now, this is going to make digital technology and equipment more affordable and also more available, so we can have those that need those digital items have much easier access to them, and they can also repair them. So really excited about the bill. I do recommend a yes. There were a few little issues that we got out of the way, but again, happy to have worked and highly negotiated this bill and look forward to its passage. Thank you.
Are there further remarks on the amendment? Seeing none, the question before the House is adoption of Amendment 41 as amended. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. The amendment is adopted. There are no further amendments. With the consent of the House, engrossed substitute. The rules will be suspended and engrossed substitute House Bill 1483 will be advanced to third reading. Hearing no objection, so ordered. Engrossed substitute House Bill 1483 on third reading and final passage. Remarks. The good member from the 33rd, Representative Gregerson.
Thank you, Speaker Simmons. This is a long time coming to talk about this legislation on the floor today. And sometimes when you really want to have good legislation that everyone can understand, from the very smallest businesses, our youngest Washingtonians, to our largest corporations in the world, it takes a while. But that's the beauty of this body, is that we're able to both be creative but also solution-oriented. And that's what we do here in Washington State. This legislation is going to send a message to not only the rest of this country, but the world, that we care about taking our products and making them last longer. Each household basically spends another almost $400 extra a year by having our devices needing to be replaced earlier than they need to. This is going to help our small businesses get access to the tools, the parts, and the information that they need to be able to repair our products. And this is going to continue to close the digital divide. This is one of the major parts of the digital divide, and where people, especially in rural economies, rural schools, rural communities, cannot repair their devices as quickly as those of us that live in the Puget Sound. This is a big deal so that we can make sure that we can get those things back in order. One of the things we've heard is that in order to be able to educate or to work or to participate in the digital economy, you have to have a device that works. And if you can't fact check and you can't get onto the internet, it actually is a form of oppression. And I think today is another one of those ways that we can continue to close the digital gap. I hope you will join me in voting yes. Thank you.
Are there further remarks? The good member from the 15th, Representative Corey.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Also rising to urge a yes on this bill today. I want to thank the good gentlelady for her tireless work in making sure we could get to this point where we are passing something in a largely bipartisan manner, maybe even unanimous, I'm not sure. This bill is important for many reasons, a lot of which was outlined by the good gentlelady, but also is a good example for us as policymakers about what can happen when you sit down together and you do work across the aisle, across differences, whether it's on technologies or positions on strategy, all those things. When you set aside and you say, what can we do that's going to be in the best interest for Washingtonians to protect the right to their equipment while also providing, good intellectual property protections for businesses that provide us these good technologies. This is a great example for how we should do all legislation in this body. And with that, I would urge the body's adoption of this good bill. Thank you.
Further remarks, the good member from the 15th, Representative Defoe.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. That term in my district has phallic connotations. If you could please call me the good gentleman from the 15th district.
The House will be at ease. The House will be in order. We're going to resume consideration of House Bill Engrossed Substitute House Bill 1483. The Speaker will remind the member from the 15th to speak to the policy and will caution the member to refrain from harsh expressions. Further remarks.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today in support of this bill. I've supported this policy for the last 6 years, and I really appreciate and wanted to recognize and acknowledge the outstanding work from the good lady from the 33rd District. She has put her heart and soul into this, been pleased to support her the whole way, and I'm very pleased to be voting yes on the House floor today. Thank you.
Are there further remarks? Seeing none, the question before the House is final passage of Engrossed Substitute House Bill 1483. The Speaker is about to start the roll call machine. The Speaker has started the roll call machine. Has every member voted? Does any member wish to change their vote? The Speaker is about to lock the roll call machine. The Speaker has locked the roll call machine. The clerk will announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, there are 94 yeas, 1 nay, 3 excused.
Having received a constitutional majority, Engrossed Substitute House Bill 1483 is declared passed.